Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. I'm a fully certified Stop Pilates instructor. So I help people just like yourself to learn and love how to do Pilates. If you want to check out the full-length, unedited version of this video, you can find it on my app, the Real Good Pilates app. You can try it for free with a 7-day trial. In addition to the full-length version of this video, you will find hundreds of app-exclusive Pilates workouts inside of the app. The app is a fabulous resource for Pilates lovers and Pilates instructors alike. If you are a teacher looking for community and resources and connection, the app is the place for you. The classes inside the app come with PDF class plans that you can use as inspiration for teaching to your own clients. There's also a vibrant chat community where you can talk to me or your fellow members and ask questions, and so much more. So I hope you'll join us over in the app. You can go ahead and click the link in the first comment below or right up here in the corner to claim your 7-day free trial. So with that said, let's go ahead and dig right in. So I'll see you over there. Today, I've got for you another strength class. So we're gonna need our set of hand weights if you've got them, and then we're just gonna dive right in. So have on at least 2 red springs on your machine. If your hamstrings get a little crampy, you can add on some more springs for extra support. And then take your weights with you, and we're gonna lay down on our backs. Have your headrests all the way down flat. And then take your feet up onto the bar, hip bone distance apart on your heels. Okay, take the weights in either hand, have the palms facing each other, and then just lower the weights down and rest them on one end next to your hips on either side. And then just go ahead and kind of tuck and tilt your pelvis back and forth a couple times, going from an imprint to a neutral spine. And as you're rocking your pelvis here, I want you to try to straighten your elbows all the way and really smash the side of the weight down into the carriage. And you should get some nice activation for your triceps and your shoulders. Now, as you rock into your imprint, we're going to continue this into a full-on hip roll. So you're going to articulate your spine, come up into a bridge, pushing down with the hands as hard as you can. And then on your next exhale, you're going to reverse to articulate back to the mat through your imprint, and then release into your neutral. And let's do that again. So we exhale to scoop the tailbone and roll up. Inhale at the top and hold it. Feel the hips nice and open. And then as you exhale, soften through your chest, your middle back, your lower back. And then when your tail hits, you can inhale to reset. Yeah, let's do this a couple more times. So the goal is to keep your carriage still. That's going to make the work for the backs of the legs more intense. Yes, if you're having trouble keeping it still, feel free to add on some extra spring tension. Very good. Okay, now if you're ready for some extra challenge, take the weights and you're going to place them onto your hip bones. So now we're carrying the added weight with our glutes as we roll up into our bridge. So we do the same breath pattern. We exhale as we tuck under, roll the hips up to the ceiling, open the front of those thighs, inhale and hold it, and then exhale to soften back down, inhale and release. Good. At any point, if this stops working for you, feel free to take the weights back by your hips like we did before. And then release back down. Good. You can even give a little bit of extra push down onto the hips with your arms to give even more resistance to push up into. Good, you guys. A few more times like this, really flexing the feet. Feel those glutes and hamstrings driving the hips up to the ceiling. And then we lower down. All right, now the next time you get up into your bridge, you're going to hold and stay. Keep your chin off of your chest. Now just lower your hips an inch and lift. Some small little pulses and up. Good, lower and lift. Try not to let the carriage move underneath you for 4, 3, 2, Last one, pause at the top and hold, lift a little bit extra, and then soften your spine back to the mat. Whew. Good, you guys. Let's do that one more time. Such good stuff for the backs of the legs. Curl up, drag the heels towards the floor, find your best and highest bridge, and then back off of it a little bit and up. Slight drop of the hips and up. So good. Make sure the knees stay pointing directly over the toes. Let's do 4 more. Last 3, 2, last one. Find your best bridge and then peel the spine all the way back down to the mat. Oh, good, you guys. All right, drop your knees side to side, stretch it out a little bit. Okay, next we're gonna move on to some ab work. Set one of your weights on the floor. Optional is we're going to use this single weight on our shins to add some extra work for our hip flexors and our abs. If that's too intense, just set it down and do the same exercise with no weights at all, okay? But if you're game to try it, you're going to tuck under into your imprinted spine. So you have a lot of support. Your low back is close to the mat. Lift your legs up to tabletop. Take your weight, I like to take mine sideways and just kind of wedge it into the crook of my ankle and my foot. Keep your ankles flexed, okay? If you can find a way to hold the weight up on your feet more securely, you can do that. I just don't want your weight rolling off of your legs. So now you're going to take your legs up into a tabletop. You want your knees over your hips, your shins level with the floor. Take a breath in to get ready. Now nod your chin and you're going to curl your head and shoulders off of the mat, reaching towards your foot bar. Now inhale here and hold it. As you exhale, you're going to return your body down, resting your head on the mat. And then we'll do that again. Breathe in and nod your chin. Exhale, drive your rib cage towards your hips and flex forward. Now as you breathe in and hold, try to keep your abs connected and then roll back down. Whew. So holding the weight up with your feet makes this a lot more intense, a lot sooner. It also gives us some really good extra work for the thighs. And then we return back down. Good. Keep squeezing together so you don't want any space between the legs. That's going to keep your weight more securely balanced. Yes, you can take it off at any time if you feel like you're going to lose it. Okay, now the next time you flex up with your head and shoulders, I want you to stay there. Now you're going to start pumping the hands and take a set of hundreds. Don't let your legs bob around with this pumping of the arms. So that's half the challenge, is to stay stable through your center as the arms kick up all this movement. Now, if you are feeling this too much in your neck, feel free to take one hand behind the head, or you can even lay the head back on the mat and continue. And then remember, you have the option to take that weight away at any time. You shouldn't feel any discomfort in your lower back. If you do, eliminate the weight. Good. We're going to do a couple more sets here. If you're ready for some more challenge, as you breathe out, I want you to tip your legs forward an inch or two and then bring them back in an inch or two, keeping your shins level. So at no point should you feel the weight rolling back and forth. It should be nice and secure. Yeah, a couple more times. Take your feet out a few inches, in a few inches. Let's do 2 more. Out a few inches, in a few inches, and then to finish, you're going to come into your tabletop, pause your arms, crunch up even higher, grab onto the weight, and then lay yourself all the way down. Whew, so nice. All right, let's come on up. Oh, that addition of the weight on the legs is brutal. So nicely done, you guys. Michelle here again, just popping in to remind you, if you're enjoying this video, then you will love the full-length, unedited version that's available exclusively inside of the Real Good Pilates app. So go ahead and click the link in the first comment below or right up in the corner to take advantage of our 7-day free trial, and you can see the whole video in its entirety and all that we have to offer inside of the app. So I'll see you over there. Okay, let's grab both of our weights again. And then for our springs, we want to go pretty light. So I'm going to go down to my blue spring, so kind of a light, medium tension. Okay, now we're gonna do some side kneeling work for our inner thighs while we have the weights to give us some upper body work, okay? Now, be aware of your balance since our springs on our machine are pretty light. You're gonna come up to your knees facing one side, and then your leg that's closest to the shoulder blocks, you're gonna kind of kick your foot up and over and place it on the front rail off to the side behind the carriage, okay? Now my supporting knee is close to the shoulder rests, but not touching them, okay? And then this rail leg is turned out, so my whole foot is on the metal rail, okay? So now hold the weights in your hands, bring them up to your shoulders, and just kind of find your balance here for a moment. Get comfortable in this position. The further out your foot is away from you on the rail, the harder this is going to be. So start somewhere and we'll see how it feels. Now, all I want you to do is squeeze with your inner thighs and drag the carriage towards that far heel. Press your weights up to the ceiling. Now reverse all of that to come back to the start. So I'm kind of equally using both legs. I'm pulling with my planted foot and I'm scooping the carriage in with my bottom shin, and then I'm returning everything back to the start. Yes? So I squeeze, try to close the gap between heel and carriage, and then I return. Good, you guys. So I'm really drawing my inner thighs in and up, moving slow and controlled, and then come back down. This is really tricky in terms of balance. Yes, being in this side kneeling position and having the carriage moving under us is super tricky. So slow down. Take your time. Let's do this one more time. Press, feel like you get taller up through the spine, and then come down and release. Whew, good. All right, next you're gonna place one weight on that thigh that's lifted. The other weight is gonna come up in front of your shoulder with the thumb side closest to the shoulder. Now the legs are gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna change up the upper body. So as we drag the carriage to the heel, I'm gonna rotate away from my foot bar and punch my lifted arm, and then slowly return everything back to face front. So exhale, I drag and twist through my upper spine, punching across, and then come back in and down. Good, you guys. If this is too intense on your shoulder, try dropping your elbow down close to your ribs, and it'll make it a little bit less intense. Good. Now this hand that's on your thigh can still be active, so you can really push into the thigh with your knuckles to help you eke out a little bit more rotation. Let's do one more. Twist. Feel those deep abdominals and obliques to rotate you. Whew, and then relax. Good. Okay, we've got one more on this side and then we'll switch over. So bring the weight up to your shoulder, elbow out to the side. That same hand is still on your thigh. Now we're going to do a side bend with a punch. So we're moving the spine all over. We're going to side bend the way that we're dragging the carriage over towards our pulleys as we punch overhead, and then we restack the spine. Do that again. Oh boy, inner thighs are going to be sore tomorrow. Punch and side bend, and then return. You can also do any of this without the weight. So if it's getting too intense, you can drop the weight and go just with your body weight. Still plenty difficult, yeah? Let's do two more here. Up and over. The hardest part is restacking the spine, slow and controlled without losing your balance. One more time, up and over. And then go ahead and relax. Whew. Okay, carefully climb down from here. It's a little awkward, I know. I like to swing my leg up and over to come back. And then let's do that on the other side. So flip around, take the weights with you. The foot that's closest to the shoulder blocks is going to swing over and turn out on the front rail. Bottom knee is close but not touching the shoulder rests. And then we bring the weights up to the shoulders. Okay, now try to kind of split the weight even between your supporting shin and that outside foot. Now you're going to drag the carriage towards that rail heel as I press up to the ceiling. And then I separate the inner thighs back apart. Good. Now if it's too easy, or if you're hitting that heel too soon, step the foot a little bit wider. and then we glide back out. Good. So you want to be in control of when the carriage moves. Yes. Don't just let it go zooming out from under you. You're in charge. Pull and then return. So good, you guys. Let's do 2 more here. Feel those inner thighs gathering up and in. Make sure you're aiming this far knee right over the toes. Last one. Whew, so nice. All right, rest the weight on that outside thigh. Bring the other thumb close to the shoulder, and then we'll go into our punch and twist. So punching towards that lifted leg to the side. We twist to rotate towards the leg, and then return to the front. So good. Exhale. Knee drags towards heel, and then back in. Yes, even though we're on that light spring, it starts to add up over time, layering on. Exhale, squeeze. Feel that deep inner thigh and oblique connection as you rotate. The slower you go, the harder this is. We're spending more time under that tension. 2 more here. So good, you guys. Last one. Use your eyes. Look where you're twisting. And then relax. Okay, last one. Now we go into our side bend. Weight to the shoulder, elbow open side, and then we punch overhead. Same leg action, and then inhale, return. Good, so I'm squeezing my rib to hip on one side, stretching them apart from each other on the other side. Good, so slow and controlled. No sudden movements of that carriage under you. Side bend. So good, you guys. 2 more. Keep tall through your spine. Chin is away from chest. Last one. And then bring yourself all the way down. Carefully use your hands. Swing the leg over. Amazing, you guys. Well done. And with that, we are done. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're feeling super strong and fabulous, because you are. So thank you so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see you back here for our next workout very soon. So I will see you then. Bye. You did it. Way to go on completing this workout. I hope you loved it, and I hope your body is feeling fantastic. If you want to take advantage of everything that Real Good Pilates has to offer, be sure to download the Real Good Pilates app. There's a link to download the app in the first comment below or right up here in the corner. In the app, you'll find my complete library of workouts and exclusive classes that you will not find here on YouTube, as well as Pilates challenges and specialized programs for you to follow along with and to help you stay on track with your goals, with a huge variety of classes ranging from 5 all the way up to 60 minutes, as well as beginner all the way through advanced levels. There's really something for everybody. And with new classes uploaded every week, there'll always be something new for you to dig into and tons of variety. There's a community chat feature where you're able to connect with your fellow members, ask me questions, or even request classes. So click the link down in the first comment below or right up here in the corner to start your 7-day free trial and see if it's right for you. So I'll see you over in the app for even more Real Good Pilates. Bye-bye.